Sometimes life can knock you off the ground, but surprisingly, an encouraging word can hoist you back to your feet. What we all need is someone in our corner. Someone like Dr. Tanji.
Hi, I have 3 questions for you. 1, have you discovered your purpose? 2, have you discovered your ability? And 3, are you planning your life's path?
Dr. Tanji has inspired audiences on radio stations throughout the US and in the Caribbean on KISS FM with the Dr. Tanji Show. Now, sister station Hot 7 TV teams up with KISS FM to bring the Dr. Tanji Show to television.
I will share my wealth of experience, my affinity to life, and assist you in fulfilling your call. By tuning in to the Dr. Tanji Show on Hot 7 TV and KISS FM, you and I will begin to explore the answers to these questions and many more. And in these challenging times, it's just what the doctor ordered. The Dr. Tanji Show comes to Hot 7 TV on the 4th of February. Ladies, sir.
So I want to teach it to you this morning. Listen. Hey, Ty.
What's up, Nick?
You already know what time it is. It's time for the Dr. Tom G Show.
I want to show you something.
Deodorant? Oh, this thing?
I want to show you something.
Your grace and mercy has brought me over.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Whoa, welcome to Thursday. I don't know about you, but I am just so happy. I am so happy to be alive. I'm so grateful for this day. You know, it could have been a day that was started without me, right? So every day that I get a chance to get up, no matter what I'm faced with, no matter what it looked like, I'm going to show up with great expectations because this is the day that the Lord has made. And should you not be glad in it, He'll make you glad. That's a promise. I'm your girl, Dr. Tanji, and thank you so much for hanging out with me on the Dr. Tanji Show. I apologize for my timeliness. Forgive me, please. There's this thing called was it a dump truck that was in front of us? Something was in front of us, some heavy equipment, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, how are we going to get around this? But it's all right because I still get to show up and bring kingdom principles from the beautiful country of St. Lucia. If you get an opportunity to come, seriously, you want to let your hair down and kind of regroup and process every good thing that's going on in your life, perhaps you can consider the Caribbeans and the nation of St. Lucia. You'll be glad that you did. I promise you, you will. In that same spirit of gratefulness, thank you so very much. And you know who I'm saying thank you to. For everyone who said, yep, there's a place for your show, lady, and we'll make it happen. And it'll be the first of its kind. And it literally is. So for that, I am truly grateful. And I do not feel any pressure. How about that? And you know, I do not want to start a show without this guy that... Do you hear how I sound? I sound good, right? He does this thing where he mixes and masters and he interjects, and you know, you walk into this kingdom of his and you know that you're in the throes of someone who know what they doing and love it. Boy, does he love it, and he just makes it look so easy. And I'm learning a thing or two about showing up and doing what you say you're going to do. It's none other than, you guys know him as Marlon. Of course, I know him as my gentle giant. it. And I'm grateful for you, man. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji. Happy Thursday
I
to you.
know, right? What an amazing day. Every day that we get up, man, it's enough to give him praise. It's enough to start again if you're falling. It's enough to say, you know what? I'm going to roll up my sleeves and I ain't quitting until I win. And that is what we do, right? So if you're wondering, okay, I stumbled across this program and I really don't know what it's about. Glad you stopped by, first and foremost, Facebook family, people that hold my ladder, Barbara and Wanda and Ty and Sanithia, to name a few. And this beautiful, beautiful spirit that I just met, Marquita. Oh boy, I just fumbled that name. I know I did. But she's in red and she's so beautiful. I walked in and I saw her and I said, "You are so gorgeous." And she blushed. So thank you. She said, "Dr. Sanji." Close. I'll go with that. But this show is founded on kingdom principles. And a kingdom principle, for all intents and purposes, when you think about God and his infinite everything, right? It is about an invisible country. It is an invisible country. It's a real place, though. It's his government. It's where our king, the king, rules and reigns, and he has his lifestyles, his morality, his principles and laws all in there. And we are able to go into his law book, our Constitution, better known as the Bible, and apply those laws to our lives, right? When you think of a principle, I want you to think about God's original intent. His original intent for his law, the original intent for the word, all right? And then you will be able to understand that him being the greatest manufacturer there ever is, ever will be, has already placed everything you need to survive and thrive and live an abundant life. He's already taken care of that. So take no thought, all right? And I'm really serious about that. This show is founded with you in mind. It's a show that really will move you if you work the principles. They will move you from where you are to where you really want to be. And it's a show that's predicated not on my opinion. I'm not going to give you an opinion. You've got enough of that in the world, right? So in God's kingdom, opinions aren't warranted. Neither are the opinions of you, of yours. All right? So we won't be swapping opinions, and I'm serious about that. But you can expect the honesty, the openness, and sincerity. You can expect me to do exactly what I was born to do. We're going to work this thing out, and you're not in this thing called life by yourself. I'm so serious about that. So if you are on social media, and I've said it once, everyone is except for you know who. He knows who I'm talking about. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I got YouTube shorts there at Dr. Tanji Show. And thank you so much, seriously, for engaging with me. You're not following me, you're engaging with me, and I'm grateful for that. Now, coming up on the show, we got a kingdom principle. I got excited, man, when I was sitting there thinking about it, meditating on all of the expectations that a day can make. The expectations are so great that it can change the trajectory of your future if you believe them. So, the kingdom principle for today is the expectations of a great future beginning now. And we'll talk about it right after this quick break. Thank you.
Your grace and mercies brought me over. I'm out my way now, let you take over. Tried to fight it, just drew me closer. I can't go back, the door
I am so sorry. I love him. I swear to you, I was looking at him, right? And I'm watching for his head to bob. Was it your head or your heart this morning, man? What's going on here? No, I'm joshing. I love you, gentle giant. It's me not paying attention.
you know your cue already. And I'll tell you what, if you don't know the cue, right?
Right.
I always give you, we're going to hit 2 verses.
Okay.
You know this one. I'm
Okay.
going to have to start giving you the cue cards.
That'll work. No,
Yeah.
I'm just joshing. Thank you, sir. See, I'm telling you, man, you come into another man's kingdom, you better know what you're doing. All right, let's get started because this excitement is about to make my heart go pitter-patter. I kid you not. I woke up this morning and I was just excited. Nothing really had changed, right? I still got those same bills, still got those things that are due and payable, but I'm not worried, if that makes any sense. So I woke up with great expectations. When I was in the 4th grade, true story, there was this teacher that I was so in awe with. My stories always begins with teachers. Shout out to every teacher that makes a difference in a child's life. And the greatest teacher that a child can ever have is the teacher that they see in their home. Selah. But this woman, right? I was in 4th grade. It was something about the way she made me feel when I walked in her classroom. She would greet me with the biggest smile. She'd look directly in my eyes and she'd say something like, I expect you to have an excellent life starting today, Tanji. 4th grade. And I can remember that. It's something that you can always remember, those people or those persons or that event that really kind of changed your thinking. She'd have the chalkboard all clean. The erasers were brand new and they'd be sitting on the ledge of the chalkboard, and she'd have her pens and pencils arranged in her little cup. I can remember this. I kid you not, and I'm getting excited now. She had arts and crafts already stowed away, and it was something about how she would have the desk cleaned and they were all arranged, and banners were in this woman's classroom, motivational and inspirational banners with people that looked like me. And it blew my mind that, you mean to tell me that I can be a part of history? But that was my reality, because what I didn't know at the time was that she was expecting me to have an excellent life. I didn't know how, right? But I knew that it was going to be a good day in her classroom. So I may not have understood the assignment to have an excellent life, but I understood that she had already made the provisions to have it. And she would, okay, is that me? Okay, all right, very good. All right, so that was my first introduction to expectations and my role that I played in every expectation. So today's kingdom principle of the expectations of a great future beginning now, it's going to focus on what expectations are and the role that you play in them. And you do have a role in them. So throughout the course of your life, you will experience expectations, whether they are those that you expect to happen or the unexpected. So according to Collins Dictionary, this is the definition of expectation. It is the state or act of expecting something, looking forward to something happening. But what would happen if you focused more on the expectations of what you have been promised by an amazing Father who really has already reserved only the best for you and me? How different How different would your day be if you woke up and began to declare and decree and speak, we talked about it yesterday, what has already been set in motion for our lives, for your life? If you think about coming out of our Constitution, the Bible, Job, nope, not Job, Psalm 23:6, forgive me, that goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. If you stop to think about that thing, right? Goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. If you don't expect anything else out of the day, you can expect goodness and mercy to follow you. So no matter what you're going through, no matter what you encounter, no matter how frustrated you are, you know, folk on the job make you frustrated. Maybe your spouse, you love them, but they frustrate you. No matter what, you can expect goodness and mercy every day. So the amazing thing about God, right, is that he has equipped us with every good thing. He really has. He has given us the capacity to do, to be, to dream, to use our imaginations. But if you don't expect anything with what he's already placed in you, then you won't see it. What you talking, Doc? Glad you asked. See, your role in expectations is one, transformation. Here's what I mean. A transformation, any transformation will always start with renewing your mind. See, built into you and me is the ability to transform our lives. And it begins in the mind. It's the knowing that he really is an ever-present help in the time of trouble. That's the transformation. So if you are in a place in your life where it does not look like what you dreamed about, renewing your mind will give you that full confidence and the motivation to understand that my story is not going to end like this. I have an expectation that I have placed not only on my God, but on me. So transformation of your mind. That's one. That's your role. The second role that we play, believe it or not, is how we see our trials. Here's what I mean. I can recall some of the darkest times, right, that I've had to go through. Times when I would turn on the light switch and no lights would come on. Times when I would go to the cupboard expecting to make a meal and it was nothing in the cupboard. But I would still expect, I'm going to expect that my light's going to be back on. I'm going to expect that I'm going to be able to feed the family. So what God did and what he does, and he does it so well, is that he'll place you on the hearts, minds of people. Case in point, I get to the cupboard and there's absolutely nothing in the cupboard. So instead of me having a woe is me moment, oh my God, what now? Oh God. Instead of me complaining, instead of me concentrating on what I didn't have, I just started to praise him. I'm so serious. I've got that radical faith. I have a radical kind of praise that if I don't see it, I'm going to believe like it's there and I'm going to move in the direction that I got to move into. So there I was, man, just praising God. Didn't have it, but I had the expectations of what he was going to do for me, not knowing that he had already done it. So I get a phone call, and it wasn't even a phone call. I get a ring at my doorbell. We were in Georgia at the time, and the lady rings the doorbell, and she says, "Hey, I was thinking about you, and I was headed to the grocery store, and you just fell in my spirit. So I just came over to ask you, would you mind if I took you to get a few groceries? Please don't think I'm being ugly here, but I just want to be obedient." Can you imagine, right? You get to your cupboard and you have absolutely nothing. And then somebody rings your doorbell to tell you that, come on, we're going to go grocery shopping. See, those are the expectations even in trials. I told you about how the lights wouldn't come on. It wasn't because I didn't flick them. It was because it had been turned off. And then you get a phone call. And I mean, I have stories and testimonies and how he lives out these expectations in my life. I get a phone call from someone that says, I heard that you've got a home care agency and I'm in need of someone to come in and take care of my mama, and I don't care what you charge, just write up a proposal and tell me what you can do and then put your fee in it. So don't tell me that we serve a God who does not live even in a trial. See, there are expectations that he has already placed in you. And what I've learned in this walk, right? I've not always gotten it right. Man, I've told you how he would say go left and I'd go right, or he'd say stand still and I'd keep moving. He'd say don't give, and there I was giving. That's called the God complex, and we'll talk about that a little later. But if I do not prepare, if I do not plan, if I do not execute, I can have all of those great intentions, but I got to plan some things. I got to prepare some stuff. So when I write out now my plan or my vision, I know that it takes me sitting down with my my trusted Constitution and literally going through it and knowing and seeing those promises and testifying of the goodness in every one of the promises. See, expectations are needed. Without them, you'll find your life, you're just walking around wondering. So what I want for you is I want you to get up every morning. I want you, even today, I want you to start with the end in mind that you win. And then go back, and whatever it takes to win, you do it within reason, right? Right? We're not going to hurt folk or manipulate people or do things that are not becoming of who we are. But we are going to prepare. We are going to plan. We are going to execute. And we literally are going to live our lives in some of the greatest expectations and see exactly what you believe for. I expect you to be among the greatest. I expect you, I do. I expect that there'll be days when you cry, but that doesn't mean that you're not closer to where you're supposed to be. It just means that you had a human moment. But I expect you to win. I expect the greatest commitment out of you. And there are two commandments. There are two commandments, commitments, orders of business that we are to do. One, love the Lord God with all of our heart, all of our soul, all of our strength, and love our neighbors as ourselves. That's an expectation that's planned for our good, all right? 758-450-5477. I want to hear from you today. I do, man. We're friends now. And you make this show possible. You really, really do. So I want to hear 758-450-5477 what your contribution is this morning. And if you want to talk after this show, 470-534-2216 is the number. All right? Great expectations, and they begin today. They begin right now. What expectations have you placed on yourself, on your God? He's waiting. He really is.
All right. Good morning, Dr. Tanji.
Good morning,
and
sir.
your team. Okay. Good morning to you. Good morning to Dr. Tanji and your team. I am Kendra King. I am not sure if it's too late to say happy anniversary, but I'm saying anyway, thank you for an exciting year, even if I didn't hear all of it. May God continue to bless you with what's needed to bless us with another year.
Wow, man, I swear to you, Kendra King, it's never too late to say happy anniversary. It never is, especially for me. Thank you so very much for tuning in. That really does mean a lot. And those are my prayers as well, that he would bless me abundantly so I can bless abundantly. Thank you.
I've set my timer on that no matter what or who may stand in my way, I still press on. I keep trusting God to believe in His words. A wonderful privilege to be among the living. Good morning, Marlon and Dr. Tanji. Barbara.
Good morning, Miss Barbara. You know, Miss Barbara said, "Oh, you're looking just like a St. Lucian, color and all." And I got so tickled because you have no idea. I slather on suntan lotion and I just sit out by the pool. I really do, trying to get the darkest tan that I can get. So it's working. Thank you.
Dr. Tanji, good day. Good morning, Marlon. It's amazing how you are so open about these difficult days. Thank you for the hope. My trust and faith in the Almighty has just been reinforced. Wow. Sean Joseph.
Don't you dare, Mr. Sean Joseph, make me do it. I just will not cry. But I will say this. One of the things going through some of the most difficult situations in my life was always a promise. Daddy, when you bring me through this, I give you my word. I will tell people of your goodness. I will live the life that you want me to. If I fall, I know you're there. I'm not going to plan to sin, but if I fall into it, I know that there's a way of escape. So what you're seeing is real, Sean. It really, really is. And it's not make-believe. We got enough of that, right? Thank you so very much for tuning in and being a part of this journey. Thank you, sir.
Sherwin Wilson says, a pleasant morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. It's always a pleasure listening to your encouraging words. And it is written that the preparation of the heart is of man, but God answereth the tongue.
You better believe it, Sherwin. Thank you, Sherwin. Thank you so much.
Let's see. Did I miss anything here? Okay, let's go back to this one. From Luciana John. Good morning, Dr. Tanji. You are a godsend. Only the Spirit of God can reveal His messages to you for us. Thank you. God bless you, lady. Wow,
dadgummit, there goes those tears. Dadgummit, I was doing so good. To God be the glory. Seriously, I'm grateful that He would even trust me with trouble. I'm grateful that He would trust me with salvation. I'm grateful that He would trust me with His people. So thank you so very much.
All right, next message here from CQ, Kristen Q, right?
Yep.
Good morning, Dr. Tanji and Marlon. Blessed and grateful for the gift of life. Thankful for the inspiration we receive from the show. Short yet full of inspiration. It goes back to an earlier principle this week. Whatever we profess with our tongue deep in our hearts will surely manifest itself at some point in our lives. Also, it goes back to having faith and belief in your Maker. He made us to love Him and serve Him. God is our provider. So profess the goodness of God and everything will fall into place. He provides not how we want, but how is best for us, the way we least expect. That's why we throw our blessings, because we are looking for it in our way. It's in our face, but we tend to ignore it. We are spiritually blind. Your words of encouragement and wisdom are factual. Amen.
Wow. Can I just say to you, seriously, and I won't go too far because what we talk about is between us, right? But from the moment that I was able to engage with you up until this very moment that you would say something as beautiful as you've said, it is a true testament of transformation. You are so incredible. I am so proud of you. Wow, look what you managed to accomplish in such a short time by renewing your mind by speaking life into every situation. I'm so proud of you, CQ. Thank you so very much for trusting him. Wow. Thank you.
And our final message this
Yes.
morning. Good morning, Dr. Tonji and Marlon. Happy Thursday to you. From the moment we wake up, we have an expectation of our day. However, what you expect is what will happen, because it starts with your mindset. What you put in, what you get. It's a choice to expect good things for our day. However, it may not always be what we expect, but we have a choice to allow the unexpected to change our expectations for good or bad. And despite the unexpectations, the word says that all things work together for good, and to those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. I believe sometimes the unexpectations is to put the expectations in its rightful place. We may not always see we may not always see it that way, but God is a God of possibilities. Have a great day. Magdalena.
Wow. I'm serious, man. Maggie, the only thing you can do is just say, amen, pass the collection plate. Thank you so very much for your contribution, and you're spot on. Even when it looks like, right, what is not what you expected, it is always so much better. So live in the expected but unexpected, and be all right with how he does it. His promises really are true. And we do have an expected end. We have an expectation in our future. Your future really begins right now, today. And the beautiful thing about a God who knows everything is that he placed our future right here in us so that we wouldn't mess it up. You can't mess up something that's in you. You really cannot, believe it or not. You can try it, but it won't happen, because it has a purpose. Every expectation from God has a purpose. Please remember that. And don't forget to smile. See, I'm smiling. I really am smiling. It makes you look good. It makes you feel good. It just makes people understand that no matter what they're going through, you can smile. They see a smile. Don't forget to live from this place right here, man. That's your soulish man. Your mind, your will, and your emotions. I love you. I love you. I love you. I really, really do. And ain't nothing you can do about it. The Lord say the same, and the creek don't rise. We're going to have this thing going again tomorrow, same time, same station, with an addition of our visual portion, which is on channel 117 if you're on the aisle. If you've got the app. Caribbean, how'd that feel?
Yes.
Don't forget, I love you. I really, really do. Mwah! Have an amazing day. Bye.
He still works miracles. Yes, he does.
Sometimes life can knock you off the ground, but surprisingly, an encouraging word can hoist you back to your feet. What we all need is someone in our corner, someone like Dr. Tonji.
Hi. I have 3 questions for you. 1. Have you discovered your purpose? 2. Have you discovered your ability? And 3. Are you planning your life's path?
Dr. Tonji has inspired audiences on radio stations throughout the US and in the Caribbean on KISS FM with the Dr. Tonji Show. Now, sister station Hot 7 TV teams up with KISS FM to bring the Dr. Tonji Show to television.
I will share my wealth of experience, my affinity to life, and assist you in fulfilling your call. By tuning in to the Dr. Tonji Show on Hot 7 TV and KISS FM, you and I will begin to explore the answers to these questions and many more. And in these challenging times, it's just what the doctor ordered. The Dr. Tonji Show comes to Hot 7 TV on the 4th of February.